Twin Cities in Motion is proud to partner with Medtronic.
Hi, I'm Carrie Tellefson alongside Matt Gabrielson, and for the next 30 minutes, we will be bringing you all the excitement from the 2013 Medtronic Twin Cities Marathon weekend.
This marks the 32nd Twin Cities Marathon, and as usual, it was a huge success. The entire Twin Cities running community joined forces to put on a wonderful show.
We're going to cover a lot in this show, but let's start off at the Friday Expo.
3, 2, 1.
Well, it's that build up and anticipation, all that goal setting and all those weeks of training, and it's here. And this is just a great way for the community to come together and share their goals and aspirations and their nerves. And it's just it's open to the public, and so everyone can come in and be a part of the energy that's here today.
Try some core power, high protein recovery beverages. 12 banana.
How about a milk mustache button for you guys?
A trip to the expo makes it easy to see how running truly is for everybody. A great example of that is the Medtronic Global Heroes program.
So today we welcomed 25 global heroes from around the globe, all benefiting from a medical therapy in some way and all ready to run the marathon or the 10 mile. And so we welcome them here to Medtronic World Headquarters, where we have a luncheon and hear their stories and really celebrate what they've accomplished. They truly did not let their diagnosis end the run.
It's a great weekend here at Medtronic when we welcome in 25 people from around the world, all who have medical technology and all who will be running on Sunday in either the Medtronic Twin Cities Marathon or the Medtronic TC 10 mile. And so every year for 8 years now we've been bringing in these folks who are really running billboards of what medical technology and what human perseverance can do. These were people that were running, they suffered some sort of setback medically, and now they're out there running again. It's a great story. We celebrate them around the company, and so to have them here in the Twin Cities, our world headquarters, where our commitment to health really starts, it's a really significant moment for us.
Medtronic is a mission-driven company, and this marathon, the global heroes, and everything it stands for around a healthy lifestyle just relate to our mission 100%. So we all feel very fortunate to be a part of this weekend and all of the people that are involved with it.
This phenomenal program has sponsored over 175 athletes since its inception in 2006. We will be checking in on many of the global heroes later in the show, and when you see these runners, you will know why Medtronic is the global leader in medical technology. Coming up next, let's shift gears to Saturday, but before we do, let's introduce some of the partners that Twin Cities in Motion is proud to be associated with.
On behalf of Care 11, we want to congratulate everybody who finished the Twin Cities Medtronic full marathon in 10-mile races. And of course, we want to thank everybody who came out to cheer everybody on. Check out our finish line cam where you can relive those final moments of the race.
On the goal line, great save, Baxter! He saved the game! And Nico Koivu scores! Koivu to Parisi, scores! Koivu on the backhand, scores!
The Wild hosts Nashville, October 22nd at 7 p.m. Log on to wild.com for tickets.
Twin Cities in Motion is proud to partner with Medtronic.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Matt Gabrielson. Saturday is full of events, and that is where we are going to start with the first race of the day, the TC 10K.
The morning was a little chilly, but that never stops the runners from enjoying a Saturday. A great turnout for the first race of the weekend, the TC 10K, and you just see a mass of bodies headed away from the Capitol on John Ireland Boulevard. The weekend saw a record number of runners take to the streets, but this weekend is much more than that, as the number of volunteers and spectators was absolutely phenomenal. The TC 10K is an out-and-back course, starting and finishing right in front of our beautiful Capitol in downtown St. Paul. In the end, it was John Gray with a great run and a new course record. On the women's side, it was Danielle Stack from Minneapolis taking the title. Both runners from the elite training group Team USA Minnesota. Next race of the day was a TC 5K Run Walk, sponsored by Fredrickson and Byron. And just like the 10K, the turnout was incredible as thousands signed up to run the 3.1 miles. These races seem to get bigger and bigger every single year, and seeing everyone have a great time is a beautiful sight to behold. In the end, it would be another Team USA Minnesota athlete, Andrew Carlson of Minneapolis, taking down the field. Bergstrand with a very solid run for second. And on the ladies' side, check out the three-way photo finish for fifth. Next on the docket was a wonderful group of races that make up the Medtronic TC family events. Race number 1 was the Diana Pierce Family Mile sponsored by Medica. This mile starts and ends near the state capitol on John Ireland Boulevard. Everyone had a place at this race no matter what their age or speed. Next race was the half mile presented by KS95. This event really helps young kids get a taste of what the excitement of a race is like. Before we go to break, here are some great images of the rest of the Medtronic TC family events, including the Harry and Sally Mascot Invitational, the Toddler Trot, and the Diaper Dash, which was presented by the Pioneer Press.
You're the man, Bert.
She's thinking about it. Every and he said,
Come here, guess what?
Follow Twin Cities in Motion on Twitter and like us on Facebook all year long.
On behalf of Care 11, we want to congratulate everybody who finished the Twin Cities Medtronic full marathon in 10-mile races. And of course, we want to thank everybody who came out to cheer everybody on. Check out our finish line cam where you can relive those final moments of the race.
I'll take him over that big sissy from Indiana any day.
Sports talk that's bold.
They showed zero guts.
Sports talk that's brash.
It's got a huge quantity of suckage.
Sports talk that's ballsy. 1500 ESPN.
It's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can't tell you who to sock it to. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can't tell I could choose. If you want me to love you, maybe I will. Believe me, woman, it ain't no big deal.
KS95's Birthday Bucks is back. All you need is a birthday to win $1,000 in cash. Listen to KS95 at 8:20, 11:20, and 5:20. If your birthday matches the one in our envelope, you could win $1,000 in cash. No gimmicks, no hoops to jump through. Have a birthday? Win $1,000 in cash. Guaranteed local winners. Listen for your birthday at 8:20, 11:20, and 5:20 on 94.5 KS95.
People run for fitness and for friendship, to raise money, and to raise their spirits. Twin Cities in Motion helps people discover their own reasons for running. And for more than 3 decades, we've been inspiring millions of miles and creating billions of smiles. Twin Cities in Motion. Find your reason to run.
Twin Cities in Motion is proud to partner with Medtronic.
Dan Wells, clear.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Carrie Tellefson. Sunday features 2 amazing races, thousands and thousands of runners, and so many wonderful stories on why running is such an important part of their lives.
My name is Stephanie Garrett and I live in Lakeville, Minnesota. My favorite thing about running is to be healthy and to run with friends and family every day. So in December of 2010, my husband and I both looked at ourselves and saw that when we were sitting on the couch, our 2 dogs couldn't fit between us anymore. So kind of realized that there was something going on. So while we were at the gym one day, we weighed ourselves and did not like the numbers that we saw. So we decided to make a New Year's resolution that we were going to lose weight. And everything we read besides weightlifting and such said cardio. Learn to run, learn to run, learn to run. And both of us were very skeptical about it, but we found a Couch to 5K program and we started doing it. So we get up at 5 a.m. and go to the gym and run 30 seconds on a treadmill, which felt like the longest 30 seconds in my life, and wondered why we were doing this. Is it gonna work? Are we gonna lose weight? And did the best that we could until the summer, and then started going to running rooms in the area and started with a Learn to Run 5K clinic, and did that for 10 weeks and ran our first 5K together in October and just kind of went down from there. I have done 5 clinics with them so far, all the way up into the half marathon clinic. And then last year, after running 2 half marathons and a 10 mile and watching a bunch of friends run the TC Marathon, decided it was something I really wanted to do. It's awe-inspiring when I have friends who I went to college with back in 95 through 97 who are like, oh hey, we'll be at mile 16. So I'm like, okay, here's the side of the road I run on. Okay, we'll look for you. Knowing they're there and knowing that I can find them and that they are very distinctive, and I know if I miss my dad, he'll whistle and I'll turn around and see him. And those types of things, but just knowing that they're there. I have friends running the 10 mile who have told me, we'll be on Summit, and there will just be people everywhere on Summit, and I know that they'll be looking for me, and I know where they're at, and I have friends who will be at the finish line. A girlfriend made a poster for me that is hot pink that I cannot miss. So those are just the exciting things, to know that we all push each other and that we're all inspired by each other and what we do every day.
Sunday morning at 7 a.m. and Stephanie would still have an hour to go before she set off on her journey into her first ever marathon. But the Medtronic TC 10 mile was ready to go. Much better weather than the day before. It was an absolutely beautiful morning in the Twin Cities. Perfect running temps, sunshine, and not a drop of rain was anywhere to be seen in the morning hours. Great crowds, tons of volunteers, and an overall great atmosphere for the first race of the day. having the entire community share in such a positive effort really shines favorably, not just on the running community, but on the entire Twin Cities. There were 8,500 plus runners who made the morning trek from Minneapolis to St. Paul. Taking the men's title with a great time under 50 minutes was Jonathan Peterson. And while the majority of the runners still had many, many minutes to go, it ended up being Laura Paulson taking the women's crowd. You can see the rest of the results from the Medtronic TC 10 mile and check out how well represented the Twin Cities was, with 8 out of 10 of the top runners.
Wheelers running!
7:55 a.m. and the Wheelers were the first to enjoy the new starting line.
We moved our start line up just 2 blocks, and just that change allowed all of the runners to be on 6th Street, and so that view of all 9,000 runners on one street was just phenomenal, and the sun was shining on them, and it was just beautiful.
You can just see the mass of humanity from the vantage point of the Care 11 helicopter. A great sight to see as thousands of runners were about to begin their journey. Early in the race, as usual, the lead pack of men were fairly bunched up as they came up Hennepin. By the time the pack reached the 5-mile mark, it had thinned by a couple of runners. 2 things were very clear at that point: how beautiful the course is and how great this race is going to be. The women's race started off on a very aggressive pace, with a few runners trying to distance themselves from the pack. And for the thousands of other runners, it would be a bright sunny day as they made their way across the Twin Cities. At every turn, it is easy to understand why it is always called the most beautiful urban marathon in the world. Global heroes out doing their thing. And the great thing about running is that it means different things to different people. Every runner is on their own journey. Millions of miles and billions of smiles are words to live by when talking about the thousands and thousands that make this such a wonderful weekend.
Keep it up, guys. You're doing great.
Stephanie Garrett's entourage is anticipating her arrival to the 5-mile mark.
Looking good, Steph! Looking good! How are you feeling, babe? Good, I'm good. Put it on more.
We will update you on Stephanie's journey later in the show. For year-round updates on everything running, be sure and visit tcmevents.org.
Koivu to Parisi, scores! Koivu on the backhand, scores!
The Wild hosts Nashville, October 22nd at 7 p.m. Log on to wild.com for tickets.
Thank you, Orville and Wilbur, Amelia, Neil, and Buzz, for teaching us that you can't create the future by clinging to the past. And with that, your history. Instead of looking behind, Delta is looking beyond. 80,000 of us investing billions in everything from the best experiences below to the finest comforts above. We're not simply saluting history. We're making it.
Our mission is millions of miles, billions of smiles, and I know I saw a lot of those today and yesterday with our kids events, and I think just seeing people have their dreams and goals come true is just really amazing.
Back to the men's leaders, and the race was going to come down to one of the final 6. They were running alongside one another as they made their way past the 19-mile mark, from Minneapolis to St. Paul on the Franklin Avenue Bridge.
We're at mile 16. Looks like Steph should be coming up really soon. She's doing pretty good.
Stephanie looking strong. Only 10 to go.
Bye! I'll see you in a few miles! Woo!
More inspiration from the Medtronic Global Heroes, proving anything is possible. The early morning sunshine and dry roads were ideal conditions for the wheelers. And it was Josh George from Illinois who took home the title. Just another notch in Josh's belt as he has won everything from the Chicago Marathons to an Olympic Paralympic gold medal. On the women's side, it was a new course record set by Susanna. The lead pack of men was down to the final 4 as they hit the 25-mile mark on Summit. 500 meters later, and it was down to 2 runners vying for the tape. On the women's side, Annie Bersagel, who resides in Norway, had taken control of the race. And Arcianaga breaks the tape for the win and the national title. It was a great battle all day long. And look how close it was, separating the first 4 runners. A great win for Nick. Not nearly as close was the women's race as Bersagel ran away with it in the second half of the race, winning by almost a 3-minute margin. Great showing by a couple of locals as Michelle Lilienthal and Megan Payton finished inside the top 10. All in all, it was another record-setting weekend as over 24,000 people ran in the races, including 8,800 who completed the entire 26.2-mile marathon. I was one of them. I completed my very first marathon.
How you feeling?
You know, I felt really good in the middle of miles there, and of course, the new marathoner that I am, it bit me in the end, but it was really fun, and I'm a marathoner! Woo!
And Stephanie Garrett, who is on a journey that has literally changed her life. And every global hero was proof that no hurdle is too high.
The main message is just for people to know that if they put their mind to it, they can do anything.
I hope that maybe people who are kind of locked in a negative pattern are maybe prompted to try some different things to improve their own self-management. And maybe also parents and families might look to this program and say, hey, these people are doing it. There's no reason why, you know, my child or my sibling can't do it too.
It's a real privilege. It's fantastic. It's actually more than I had even anticipated. The group I'm with, they're all inspirational, and the marathon itself, I have never run a marathon like it. The support you guys give is just phenomenal.
It is one of the best days of my life. It's just been incredible. The course out there is just so spectacular. The people cheering. I just feel so lucky to be here, and it's really put some fire in my belly, and I'm really keen to come back and run some more marathons over here in the States.
And even into mile 27, Stephanie's friends and family kept showing support.
Neighborhoods and the crowds and my friends and family who were out that I knew were going to be out and who weren't, I didn't know were going to be out. It was just more than I could have ever imagined for my first time.
Oh, this is just an exciting time. I mean, you know, if you think about where she's been 3 years ago to where she is now, and then watching her run the entire race as strong as she was, and to run across the finish line looking as refreshed, and it's just amazing. It's really a cool day.
Even though the weather wasn't quite as perfect as the years past, it still lived up to its reputation as the most beautiful urban marathon in America.
From top to bottom, it was a great weekend. Just one of many events here in the fantastic state of Minnesota. To keep up on all the information and races, visit Twin Cities in Motion at tcmevents.org.
Thanks for joining us, and get after it.